Well, we have got some of our lumber hauled. The other day, the Bobcat broke down. Starter went out on it. I got a new starter. I'm going to have to put it on there. But anyway, starter went out on Bobcat, so we had to just dump the loads of lumber out on the ground. The other day, me and Brittany and the kids in the rain stacked the 2x6s, and there's a little bit of inch lumber down there on the bottom, but mainly 2x6s. We restacked all of them. The 2x8s and the 2x10s, they stayed together decent enough. I can just move them with the Bobcat after I get it fixed out of our way. But it has been rain, breakdowns, and illness. Our block mason got sick and is unable to finish the block job because of illness, whatever it may be. So we've had to go on the hunt for another block mason, and like I said, rain. I need to open up one of the footer drains. Must have got some mud in it, so I need to open that up and get all the water out of there. When we get to where that we can, if it'll ever dry up, this is actually going to be brought back up where you see the water is standing. It's not going to be that way under the house. I'm actually going to bring the dirt back up on the inside, kind of level with between the footers and everything. We done all this. We dug it down with the intent actually of digging footers, and then got into a mess there, so we just formed them and started laying block. But like I said, I'm waiting to meet with another gentleman on finishing the block. We were going to attempt to do it ourselves, but I don't know nothing about block, so we're gonna hire it out. Everything else we're gonna do ourselves. But either way, so between breakdowns, rain, and illness, we are quite a bit behind from where we wanted to be, but we are gonna make it eventually. Now on this little feller, you see the starter back in there. We are gonna have to change that little feller out so we can have a forklift and everything else that we need around here while we're building. I'm gonna say I'm not sponsored by them, but those little heart tools, to be cheap, cheap, they're low end price anyway. I use them doing this stuff all day, every day. I cannot complain about them in the least. Okay, 3 bolts is out. Now for the really fun part of wrestling that starter out of there. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Probably not. I'll tell you, I probably got the camera. Here is the starter. Yeehaw. Now you'll want to pay attention. These little Bobcats. These little Bobcats, you want to pay attention. The starters on them, they actually have a spacer ring here on the nose cone. You do not want to forget that. And obviously you don't want to put it on backwards. It won't let you put it on backwards. But you do not want to forget to put it on your new starter, because your Bendix and stuff won't line up, and that's not pretty. Now, if you'll notice, what I've done here is I've laid the starter out here where I can compare all the features and everything, because you don't want to get that thing wrestled back in there and hit me the wrong one. Boy, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Everything looks the same. I'm just going to do a little cleanup on that spacer plate and get ready to reinstall it. Next thing I'm going to do is actually replace, give me just a second. Next thing I'm going to do is actually replace this cable in. Battery cable is hooked back up. Now I'm going to move you back up here to a safe distance so I don't crash the camera. And before we pick her tools up, we will see if she starts. I would hope so. Now let's see if she starts. Alright everybody, Bobcat is fixed. I put you in the building so you don't get soaking wet. If it starts raining, it looks like it's going to rain. I'm going to move my pickup out of the way and try to move these floor joists.